University of San Francisco Dons, Khalil Shabazz, Jamaree Bouyea. If you've got a question for either, please raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. Please state your name and affiliation before asking your question. We're here to IUPUI Sports Capital Journalism.
Derek Harper, IUPUI Sports Capital Journalism Program. Shabazz, you're coming from Division II school. Now you're in March Madness. You've been here for this is their third year here. What has this been like?
Man, honestly, it's been like a movie. A lot of dudes don't really go Division II and then move up and then have this opportunity to play in March Madness. So I'm just trying to enjoy every minute of it. And yeah, man, it's just a blessing. I'm just trying to take it all in and make the most of it.
Next question is going over here. Sports Illustrated in front. Thank you.
Hi, yeah, this is for both you guys. Kevin Sweeney from Sports Illustrated. I know Coach Golden mentioned, the stress of watching the bracket reveal as it goes one region after the other, and you're not the 8-9 game, and all of a sudden there's one spot left for you guys. As veterans, and especially for you, Jamaree, who came back for this moment, what were those minutes, seconds like as you guys were waiting to find out whether you're going to go and dancing?
Jamaree, let's start with you.
I think it was nerve-wracking for sure. You're sitting there waiting, and you think you've done everything to get to the tournament, and you don't know if your name's going to be called, and then the moment it happens, just like you said, is a blessing. I think it kind of made it more exciting for sure to be the last spot that we can make it in, and so just being there and being a part of it is definitely something special.
Khalil, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, there's a video of us. We're all just like sitting together and like just waiting anxiously, and when we see our name called, just let all the emotions out and stuff like that. So it was definitely crazy throughout the whole selection show. It was just stressful, like nerve-wracking for sure, hands shaking, heart beating super fast, stuff like that. But for our name to actually be called and us to be up here right now is a blessing, and we're just happy that we're here.
We do have some folks joining us on Zoom, and as a reminder to them, if you'd like to ask a question to student athletes, please hit the raise hand function, and we'll do our best to get to you in a timely fashion. Go right ahead.
San Francisco Chronicle. What specifically about Todd has helped get this program to the next level?
On you, brother.
I think Coach T him just allowing his players to be themselves, and on the court and off the court. I think when we're on the court, he's not like super strict on what we do. He allows us to play free flow in a structure, but for the most part, it's free flow, and we're just able to be ourselves. He did a really good job of recruiting this last summer, getting the big guys, Yao Yin and Patrick and stuff like that. So yeah, I think his recruiting, him just allowing us to be ourselves, and the coaching staff that he also brought in, all of that put in the pot just makes him a pretty good coach. And for him to do that in 3 years of him being the head coach is super impressive. So yeah.
Jamaree, your thoughts?
TG's like you said, it's like my second family. So I've been here for 5 years, and 3 of them have been with him, and he's trusted me since the beginning and trusted Khalil since Khalil got here, I think, as well. So he's just a guy that is going to give it his all, and we appreciate that of him, and we give it our all for him. And like Khalil said, he kind of got transfers in here. He didn't mention Gabe, but Gabe was also a crucial part in joining Richwayne as well. So I think he's done an amazing job here.
Let's go to Zoom. Let's go to Kylan Mills. Kylan, go ahead with your question for the student athletes, please.
Hey guys, I know we talked about last week just how this is a dream come true. Have you paused at all just to kind of soak it all in? You're sitting here in front of, the March Madness background behind you during this press conference. Just what has it been like?
Khalil, let's start with you.
Yeah. After the show, it didn't really kick in, but me and Jamaree, we hung out at my apartment, and we're all just like sitting back and just thinking about how much work we put in and how much we've been through this year to try to get to the spot. So I think it still hasn't really kicked in. It'll probably kick in a little bit more when we get on the court and when it's time to play tomorrow. But, yeah, like we said, we're just trying to enjoy every minute of it.
Jamaree?
Kind of like tagging off Khalil, I think the day it happened, it was pure excitement and emotions, but it wasn't really like the real feeling of kicking in. And now that we're here and in the Pacers Arena and a lot of media here and a lot of guys and playing on or about to practice on this floor, I think it's definitely kicking in pretty soon. And when the game finally hits, it'll definitely be something that will kick in for sure.
Again, any further questions from Zoom, please hit the raise hand function. We'll try to get to them. Heck, let's do that now. Anthony Flores from NBC Bay Area. Anthony, go right ahead.
Hey guys, this is for both of you. Congratulations for being there. Playing in a conference where you play the #1 team in the nation 3 times, How much confidence does that give you going into March Madness, even though it is your first time, in a long time since the team has been there?
And, I'm going to see in Khalil with you.
I think it gives us a lot of confidence. We've seen those guys in Gonzaga 3 times this year. So, and we usually see them 2 to 3 times every year. So I think that definitely gives us the confidence in seeing the way that they played in non-conference against other top schools in the country. Knowing that we went toe-to-toe with them for 3 times definitely gives us a lot of confidence.
And again, Jamaree.
I think it definitely gives some confidence for sure. Playing against the #1 team in the country definitely isn't easy. And I think last game we played them, we kind of kept up with them and gave them some pressure. So I think knowing that we can play with them kind of gives us confidence to see that we can play with any team in the country, and hopefully we can come out and show that tomorrow.
And further questions for these student athletes from those here with us in Indianapolis? Those on Zoom as well? Okay, we have one more. Let's go back to Kylan via the Zoom feed. Kylan, go right ahead with your questions for the student athletes.
Thanks, guys. One more for you. A lot of people, the experts, putting out in their brackets that Murray State's going to win this one. Do you, use that as any motivation? Do you enjoy being the underdogs at all in some people's eyes?
Khalil?
I'm not the guy to really look at the point spread or look at who's going to win and who's not going to win. I just know I'm going to go out and play my hardest and do everything I can to help my team win, and I know our team's going to go out there, do everything we can to help us win. I know our coaching staff, and I know our fans, and I know our community. So just knowing that we have all those guys that are going to come out and try our hardest to make it a reality, I don't really have to worry about the outside noise.
Jamaree?
Basically piggybacking off Khalil, I think those guys, or the critics or whatever it is, that's their job to do, and they have to make favorites and make people make decisions. So I think we're just going to basically play our heart out and do everything we can to get this win tomorrow.
Back to Zoom again. Anthony, go right ahead.
Hey guys, just wondering, I know you're there for business, but what's been the coolest part of the experience so far?
Go ahead, Jamaree.
I'd say today, practicing at we went to a local sports center, kind of just get some shots up and go through our stuff, but showing up here and walking through and seeing all the media and being at the Pacers Arena and just seeing a lot of things and different things you've never seen in your life.
Khalil?
I think probably being in this arena, having this little media thing going on. We had like the little police escort and stuff like that. Never experienced that, so yeah, I think that's probably one of the coolest things.
Any further questions for the student athletes? All right, guys, congratulations on a great season. Best of luck tomorrow night, and hope we'll be on that as well. Thank you very much. Coach Golden will be with us in approximately 4 minutes. We're very happy to be joined by the head coach of the University of San Francisco Dons in Todd Golden. Again, for those of you on Zoom, hit the raise hand function. We'll get to you. We'll take questions from the assembled media here in Indianapolis first. Again, please raise your hand. We will bring you a microphone, and please give your name and media affiliation before you ask your question. Let's go IUPUI right here.
You're going into this game coaching a team that hasn't made it since 98. What is your mindset going into this game? What is your plan for this first game?
We're trying to be as consistent as possible, in regards to our approach and our preparation. Obviously, it's a big moment for us in our program, but the way we prepare won't change. The way we'll prepare the same way we did for the first game of the season as we will for this one tomorrow night. Obviously, a big challenge ahead of us, but trying to be super consistent, to be honest.
Next question for Coach. Go right to your left. Yep.
Jeff Bidwell, WPSD. Coach, what I guess jumps out to you as the most impressive thing about what you've seen on tape from Murray this year?
Well, they won 20 games in a row. This is a really team that has a great understanding of how to win. It's in their DNA a little bit. The program. It's a great program. They have three really talented kids. Juice Hill, a really talented guard. A guy that can score from all levels, really explosive player. Obviously, Tevin Brown can shoot the laces off the ball. One of the best scorers all time in the OVC. A guy that we're going to have to be aware of at all times where he is on the floor. They run a lot of good actions to try to get him open, catch and shoot threes. And their big fella, KJ Williams, is a really impressive player. Reminds me a little bit of the guy Orlando Robinson that we played earlier in the year from Fresno State. Just a big guy that can score inside and out. Likes to play faced up, but can score with his back to the basket. And really a good three-point shooter when he has time. So those three guys specifically, they have a bunch of really good players, but those are the three guys that popped out to me.
Let's go here to the middle.
Connor Letourneau, San Francisco Chronicle. Todd, obviously with success, there's going to come interest from other programs. Your name has surfaced in as a possibility for a few openings this week. How do you handle that? When you're preparing for the most important game of your career?
Yeah, honestly, it's I'm really focused on trying to get a win tomorrow night, and so those conversations and worrying about those things is just not something that's on my radar right now. I want to do the best I can to make sure I give my student athletes the best chance to be successful tomorrow night. Grateful to be the head coach of USF.
Again, for those of you on Zoom, hit the raise hand function, and we'll try to get to your question as soon as possible. Another question from the media here in Indianapolis for Coach Golden. Right here, let's go to Sports Illustrated here in front.
Yeah, hi, Coach. Kevin Sweeney from Sports Illustrated. Can you speak to the value in having a fifth-year senior point guard like Jamaree in a moment like this? Obviously, he's never played an NCAA tournament, but the experiences he's been through on the court, how it translates to March Madness. Yeah,
I mean, he's just an amazing player. He's an incredible human being, but just to have someone as talented and as experienced as he is, to lead us as he has throughout the season. I'm going to put Khalil in that group as well because he's been with us for 4 years now and has a great understanding of our program, what we like to do. JB and Khalil are the type of guards that give you confidence to go up and match up against anybody in the country. They're one of the best backcourts in the country. They've proven that all year long. And so, I think if you look back at some teams that have made runs in March, whether it's from, lower mid-major conferences, generally they have really good guard play, experienced guard play. And I think both those guys fit the bill. And I expect them to play really well tomorrow night.
Next question for Coach Golden. Let's go to our Zoom. I know Anthony Flores from NBC Bay Area. Looks like he's got a question. Anthony, you're unmuted. You go right ahead.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on reaching the NCAA tournament. Just was wondering, I heard you say that you're going to prepare for this game the way you did the first game of the regular season, but was wondering, I don't know, are you going to do anything? Is there a movie you're going to watch to kind of help the butterflies tonight so make sure everyone sleeps right?
No. It's one of the great things about our group. We have an old, mature team, and they've done a really good job all year, regardless of whether we're playing home, road, or neutral, of being really consistent in their preparation. And we know it's at stake. This is a great opportunity for us. And the thing that we're trying to do is enjoy the moment. Not let ourselves. Obviously, we want to win tomorrow at all costs, but we're not going to miss this moment. And when we get home, be like, oh man, we took it for granted. So we're trying to enjoy each other's time, enjoy being in each other's presence as much as possible. Continue to prepare the same way. It's something that we enjoy doing both as a staff and as a team. And I think tomorrow's going to be a long day. We don't play till 9:40 at night, so we'll have some time to watch some movies tomorrow. But no, we'll be ready to go.
Let's go back to on-site before we go back to Zoom. Please go ahead.
Connor Letourneau, San Francisco Chronicle. Todd, has there been a moment where you've just kind of found yourself reflecting on the version of yourself that was selling ads for Comcast Sportsnet and, wasn't even in coaching, and like, could that version of yourself could have anticipated something like this, especially at such a young age?
It's a great question. That experience working in the business world for a couple years, what it really did was open my eyes to the fact that that wasn't the world for me. And getting back into basketball, being a part of a team, being able to coach, it makes me go. It makes me tick. And looking on Sunday, sitting there and seeing our name come across the screen was a really surreal moment. That was a little bit of the cherry on top in regards to the start of my coaching career.
Let's go back to Zoom. Kylan Mills with your question for Coach. Go right ahead.
Coach, Kylan with Cron 4. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
You mentioned on Sunday that your staff would be up burning the midnight oil, trying to do some research. Just how challenging has it been to come up with a game plan in a matter of 3 days for a team you're totally unfamiliar with?
You know what? It's a lot easier nowadays as it probably was 15, 20 years ago, because we have such quick access to film, to stats, to data. Honestly, by the time midnight rolled around on Sunday, we felt like we had a pretty good feel for these guys. And we've seen them a lot. They're on TV a good amount, watched them play in their conference tournament. And, now it's Wednesday afternoon, and all we've been doing besides practicing with our guys is watching film on Murray. So I feel like I could name every guy on their roster and their tendencies and what they want to do. But it's a fun opportunity to really dive in and see just how well you can prepare. And we'll have some different things that we'll do tomorrow to try to keep them off balance a little bit. But, it's a good kind of poker game to play going into this first round game.
Let's go back up front. Go ahead.
I know you mentioned the late tip. Like, what does the day look like when you're staring down an NCAA tournament game at 9:30 at night or whatever it is?
We're not going to wake up till about noon tomorrow. We're just trying to stay on West Coast time right now. It's funny, but I'm kind of being serious. Like, we let our guys sleep in today. Tomorrow we don't play till 9:40. I'm going to let them sleep until 11:30. We'll just start our day later. And we've been able to kind of stay on this West Coast time, which hopefully will be a benefit to us. I'll tell you after the game tomorrow night if it was or not. But it'll be a long day tomorrow. Usually we keep it pretty light on game day, but we'll try to get out of the hotel once or twice to make sure we're just not kind of fogged down and just sitting around all day. But 9:40 is late, man. It's unique. I'm interested to see how it goes.
Let's go back to our Zoom. Let's go to Patrick Waring. Patrick, go ahead with your question for Coach Golden.
Hey, Coach. Patrick Waring from the MBS Sports Hour. How would you describe your team and your style to someone who may not be familiar with you?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think, first of all, we have, like I said earlier, we have an incredibly old and mature team. And that's really a big reason as to why we've been able to be successful. Just a lot of mature guys who are unselfish, that are willing to put the team in front of themselves. And that speaks for everybody on our team. We have 17 guys on our roster. They've all been great that way. From an actual basketball perspective, it starts with our backcourt. JB and Khalil have led us and been phenomenal all year. And, when you have two guys like that, you have a chance to be super explosive and really achieve some really good results. And they've done that all year. Yayan Masowski, who unfortunately won't play for us tomorrow night, he had re-injured his knee in practice on Monday. Really feel terrible for him because he's been such a big part of our team all year, and without him we wouldn't be here. But other guys will have to step up. We have really a great depth on the front line, and that's something that has shown up for us a lot this year. Guys like Patrick Tape, Josh Kuhn, and Vova Markovetsky's been playing great lately. He's a guy that I anticipate will step up and play really well tomorrow night. Zane Meeks is another guy that's going to play well. But we're deep, we're old, we're physical, we're big, and we shoot it well. I think we're just a really well-rounded, mature team, and I think the 24 wins speaks to that.
Let's go back to Zoom. Anthony Flores, NBC Bay Area. Anthony, go ahead.
Coach, when you play in a conference where you play the #1 team in the nation 3 times, nationally ranked St. Mary's a couple times, how well do you feel like that's prepared you for what you guys, the type of basketball you're going to encounter now in the tournament?
Well, yeah, first of all, the league, I can't say enough about the league. I played in this league back when it was 8 teams, no BYU, and it's by far the best it's ever been. I think the top half of our league challenges most high major leagues in America. Getting 3 teams in, BYU was close. I think Santa Clara is a tournament team if they're healthy all year. The depth of the WCC it's just so much better than it's been in the past. And I think people across the country are yet to really understand that if you don't watch it as consistently as we do. But on top of that, we played 18 games out of our 33 against top 100 opponents. And so we've had a really, really tough, challenging schedule. And I think those games, both out of conference teams like Davidson, UAB, Towson, Fresno, all these teams, along with the top of our league, have prepared us for a team like Murray tomorrow night.
Any further questions for Coach Golden? All right, with that, we'll let you go enjoy the rest of your day, Coach. Congratulations on a fantastic season, and best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
And that concludes our day here in the media workroom. Thank you very much. We'll see you all tomorrow.